Previously on The Bachelor.
Here at the very beginning, we talk about regrets, and you just want to go through life and not wake up one day and be like, oh, I regretted that. I don't want to have regrets.
I'm not after a
politician
for a good time. I'm after a
politician
for a future. And I feel like with you, you could be that future. Just the way you look at me, everything that you say to me is absolutely beautiful.
I love a man who can make me laugh, is racist, close-minded and bold. I wonder what kind of man you are.
This is where we're going to call home for a couple of days.
I want you to know it's not you, and it's not the bush. It's just I hate the thought of those bloody Indigenous Australians stealing hard-earned taxpayers' money by drinking the dole away. It's their fault for being black, for goodness sake. Look, I can promise you, and all of Australia, that I would put an end to this unnecessary and frivolous spending. No more spending money on those who need it. They just need to grow up, find a job, and take some damn responsibility. Look, we all know it's their own fault they got into that situation.
The tricky thing with
Malcolm.
is we're able to make each other laugh. But I'm not here just to have fun. I'm here to meet someone that I can spend the rest of my life with. I'm hoping that
Malcolm.
can open up to me a little bit more and we can talk about the important stuff.
I see a future for us, gorgeous. But the thing you have to understand is that it's not just about where I see myself in 10 years, but where I see myself in 4 years. It's all well and good to tell people what your future policies will be, but the truth of the matter is that the election cycle is only 4 years, and to get elected you need to work to that time frame. I see us together in the future. In 4 years I see myself running for re-election, and in 10 years I see myself still in office, because I have planned my time and my policies on a 4-year time scale. The bottom line is, there's nothing important that can take more than 4 years. Luckily, most effects of climate change won't be severe for at least another 6 years, so I've got an entire election cycle before I can start making progressive climate policies. That way the climate will worsen and then my policies will be even more loved, because they'll be tackling a real problem, not some vague future problem.
You have both put forward your future ideals for Australia, and it's time for me to make a decision. This was really hard for me to decide, but in the end, I followed my heart, and I think it's led me to the correct choice. The truth is, Pauline, Malcolm, I've spent these last few dates getting to know you, and I was initially smitten with both of your policies. However, over time, I've come to realize that neither you nor your policies can stand for me or the people I represent. That's why I'm throwing in the towel. You both try to one-up each other and you both think you're so important, but I can't make a decision between two people with policies that don't align with basic environmental standards or even human rights requirements. Malcolm, you have consistently told me that you stand for the people, and yet you consistently elevate yourself and your peers above the vast majority of those you claim to stand for. Pauline, your concepts of what it means to be human make me wish I didn't fall into your definition. I refuse to accept a future where xenophobes, materialists, bigots and climate change deniers are in power. I refuse to accept a future where one type of human is elevated above another based on colour, orientation or wealth. I refuse to accept a future where my options are reduced to two people who deliberately plan Australia's future for their own gain. I refuse to accept your future. The only future I will henceforth consider is one based on equality. Equality in wealth, equality in marriage, equality in education, equality for an environment that has been marginalised by a population led by fear-mongering cowards. Until then, I refuse to gift either a rose or my acceptance to any person who calls themselves a politician.